Let's say good morning to John Doyle, 26-year member of the House of Delegates, Deputy Revenue Secretary, Vietnam War veteran, and as we found out earlier as well, ski instructor. Good morning, John.
A former ski instructor, yes, for 25 years. Good morning, everybody.
He is a New York Times best-selling author, retired firefighter, safety engineer, and attendee of BoucherCon recently, Mr. John Gilstrap.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Happy Don't Burn Down Your House month.
Yeah, there's more to come on that.
Yes.
Here's a little tip for you. If you have a wood-burning fireplace, always open the flue first before you light the fire.
I'm fortunate I have no fireplace.
You're safe
I would pull a stunt like that.
You are safe from yourself.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from Ghostbusters. Important safety tip you got. Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross
right?
the streams. Do not cross. I thought you said not to cross the streams, right? Our guest in this segment, Steve Allen from Jefferson County Homeland Security Emergency Management. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen.
And the boy wonder, Brandon Wonder. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, and thank you guys for having us on today.
Wonderful to have you both with us out of Jefferson County, where Mr. Doyle is happily providing news of the Planning Commission yesterday.
The Jefferson County Planning Commission last evening, after listening to a presentation from Susan Snowden, who's a first-rate attorney, on behalf of Sidewinder, saying, here's our proffer. Took her maybe 5 minutes to list all of it. I actually thought it was really not a proffer at all. It wasn't much of a change from their position. Said, we'll do these things. If you agree to accept it, we'll drop our lawsuit. There was maybe 10 minutes worth of debate. And then Kara Keys made the motion that they denied. Yeah, and and after about a 10-minute debate, they had the vote, and it was 4-3. We're not going to accept your offer, and I commend the Planning Commission for doing that. So I presume we will go to court unless Sidewinder decides to go back and say, well, maybe this was not our best and final offer. Maybe we can do a little bit better. And so anyway, we'll see.
All right. And back to you, Steve, as they say. And Brandon, welcome. So let's get into the month of November here. We've got, as John said, this is National, paraphrase, Don't Burn Your House Down month, which is, I think, should be every month, by the way.
Yeah, so it is National Carbon Monoxide Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit less note of a month of awareness month. I actually found out
especially
about
since it's colorless and odorless and tasteless. You don't know it until you're dead.
So. Exactly. So things a little bit
you
don't know it until you're dead.
And that's true too. That's why most smoke detectors now are a combination carbon monoxide smoke detector, right, Steve?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I needed to add that. And building on your conversation about the chimney.
Yes.
Just a couple of days ago, my wife and I were discussing having our chimney inspected, getting a chimney sweep nearby, locally, checking well, of course, you can't check the yellow pages anymore, the wood phone book, but anyway, online. But having someone come in to check our chimney, inspect our chimney, make sure everything's good, so that if we do need to use our fireplace for alternate heating, just in case of power outages and things like that it is safe.
Smart move.
Yep.
What other things is November in terms of a month, Brandon? What else you have?
So another big one that we usually go over is winter storm awareness and talk about winter storms and making sure that you're prepared and safe. And the biggest thing is knowing that, especially with the cold weather coming and all that starting to, I guess, really cold. And of course, as you can see, I'm wearing short sleeves. I've got my jacket today. That wasn't the best.
It's because the studio is really hot.
Yeah, well, it works out right now. But I was saying when I was out there, it did not work out there. Yeah. But the biggest thing we like to spread with winter storms is knowing the big four, or I guess big three more like around here, which is blizzards, ice storms, and snow squalls. Blizzards, as you guys probably would know, is a lot of wind, a lot of snow. Can't really see much out there. Usually accumulates to almost sometimes a foot, sometimes it can be less in certain or more in certain areas with how the blowing goes. And the other big one is ice storms. Usually there's about a 1/4 inch ice. They can bring down wires, take down branches, stuff like that. Could possibly lose power for days, weeks, even with some wires being brought down, depending on certain areas. And of course, snow squalls, which are the very fast lines of snow that come through, give you a lot of snow for about 5-10 minutes, and then they're gone. So those are the big four that we always like to talk about and make sure everybody knows about before they actually.
And I'm told that most of the climate models for this winter are showing overall a warmer than normal winter, but also a slightly wetter than normal winter, and this is a classic La Nina pattern. Yep. So more concerned about the storms than cold weather, most likely.
Yeah, and we always say, I always emphasize, and at the emergency manager office, we always emphasize is that they're dangerous. You might think at first, it's just a winter storm. Let me get my 4-wheel pickup truck out there and I'll drive around and
watch this.
But of course, it's not only that. They can cause hypothermia, they can cause frostbite, and of course, as we mentioned before, if you put your generator in your garage, which never recommend to do, can also cause carbon monoxide poisoning as well.
Stay away from that. That is so often a situation. If you have a gas water heater, gas furnace, you need to get those inspected because of the carbon monoxide aspect of that.
Yes. Right? Well, in addition to if the pilot light isn't lit, of course, then you have that gas that can leak in through that small amount that does come to keep the pilot light on as well. So, yes.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
Much.
So, to winter weather driving here, have any of you, John, as a ski instructor, John Doyle, I wonder if you went through this. Have you ever had to drive through a whiteout?
Oh, yeah. And sometimes when I was in the legislature meets in the snowiest part of the year for 26 years. So I've had to go through blizzards from here to Charleston or the other way. And yeah, sure.
As much driving as I've done doing this job and other jobs, I never actually went through a whiteout until about 5-6 years ago, and that was coming over what they call Mount Lena when you look at it on the map, but everybody calls it South Mountain.
Yeah.
Right, I got to the top of that, and in the winter, that's my least favorite part of the drive because you just never know what you're going to get one day to the next. But it was one of those deals where it was snowing and it was windy, and the wind was blowing the snow straight into the windshield, and you literally couldn't see anything more than a foot from the front of your headlights, right from the front of the car.
Yeah.
And normally you go down South Mountain at whatever speed you want at 4-5 o'clock in the morning, right? This particular day, I think it was about 10 miles an hour. If you were fortunate enough to find some headlights in front of you to keep a path going, you could, but there weren't any.
Yeah. You can't see the lines.
You couldn't
don't know
see
if it's
anything.
the edge of the road or the middle of the road, right?
Yeah, so just the fact that I've been driving that road for 35 years, just about every day, I kind of know where the road is and isn't.
Yeah.
Turns are, right.
At a slow enough speed, I was able to, like in about, 10 minutes, get to the bottom of that mountain where it normally takes about 2 or 3. That's a frightening. Are there any tips that you hand out when you're in the middle of one of those situations besides pull over and wait it out?
And what you just said, and of course the unfortunate part of that is as well as John can attest. Well, either John can attest is even pulling off to the side. You may not see the taillights of that car that's pulled off the side, and if you're right behind them, that can cause problems as well.
You're the victim of the person behind you.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you're actually pulled off to the side and not halfway still out on the road.
Was it 3 lanes or 2 lanes? Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So those are all things that you can avoid by staying home when it snows.
But yeah, once again, I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to mention, to kind of build on that a little bit, is also to make sure you bring an emergency supply kit for your car, which can include jumper cables, sand, blankets, clothes, food, water. Just, if there's something where you eventually might go off the road, get stuck, well, at least you have something to keep you warm for at least the rest of the day, at least.
Kitty litter was always one of those things they would tell you to put in the trunk of your car, right?
Mm-hmm.
The old traction.
There's an app called What 3 Words?
Yes.
It's a requirement of everybody in my family. It's what 3 words? And you pull it up and you send a text. Every 10-foot section of Earth has a random 3 words assigned to it. So if I pull off to the side of the road, or I get a wreck, or if I get kidnapped, whatever the case may be, I can text that to my wife or to the police department. I'm not sure the police department know what to do with it, but it will show exactly where you are within 10 feet. And so, what 3 words? It's a free app.
Oh, get that one tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, good stuff. What else we got going on this month? Emergency services people.
So the other thing is holiday online shopping safety, especially with the holiday season coming along, Black Friday, a lot of online shopping, Amazon, whatever it might be. Just be sure that you're safe online. Update your computer, even though we don't like doing it. It's a good idea. Be careful of what public Wi-Fi's you join, stuff like that. For example, just yesterday, was looking through some stuff on for research on a newsletter and stuff like that. Found a article, kept the article up for about 5 seconds. Then I got a notification on my computer saying you have a virus. I'm like, I don't think I do. So got out of that. But yeah, especially right now in the holiday seasons, cyber criminals really love to attack people about this time. Try to get your credit card information.
And if you think the price is too low to be real, it probably is.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Yep. Mr. Allen,
Yes, sir.
what do you got for me, man?
Well, I'll build once again on the carbon monoxide. And a lot of times we talk about having emergency generators. And I think Brandon will probably give some information on the safe operation of emergency generators. But there's also the ability now with solar power to have the backup batteries and having those as well. So that, it gives you an alternative to having that carbon monoxide within the house or having battery backup in the house. So it's a good idea.
I saw one of those, an ad on TV, one of those Survivor guys he had a solar powered backup generator. Small little, not too big.
I think it's called Generac.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Is that does it work?
That's a manufacturer. That's one manufacturer.
Okay.
Generac.
Yeah. Does it work? Anybody know?
I have one.
You have one? Is it solar panel?
Oh, not solar panel. No, mine's propane powered.
Propane. Yeah, this was actually with a little solar panel on top of it.
Yeah, interesting. I've got several for my house to make sure. You can't preach preparedness if you don't practice preparedness. So we have those at our house and have the solar panels that charge them up. You also can charge from Potomac Edison as well. So we have that backup to go with to keep the power up. And then ours are good with the amount that is on them. And I've got refrigerators and freezers on these so that just in case, I can also plug in lights. I have circuits in my house that are set aside for lighting or for electric blankets, things like that as well. We have ours are limited to 110 volts, so at 220 is what you would need for your baseboard heat or something of that nature, normal emergency.
220,
power.
221, whatever it takes.
Yeah. I think I've heard that quote before too. That's it. Yeah.
Mr. Mom, yeah.
Yep. But having some type of emergency backup power in your home during the winter weather is definitely good. Not having a 55-gallon drum inside your house and having wood inside the house. That is not a recommended way to keep warm. Yeah.
And another thing to add to that.
Gilstrap usually has a story to go along.
You look right at me.
Because I just assumed you had a story about that.
I don't want to get in the middle of your story.
I've seen stupid. I haven't seen that stupid.
Well, but the other big thing is keeping the generators dry. A generator that's overly wet or excessively wet could cause electrical shock. Keeping them dry. I know sometimes it sucks to go out there and clean it up or dry it up, but just make sure it stays that way, and also connecting it to a heavy-duty cable as well, or wire, or whatever it might be. You really don't want them getting cut up, especially when you're out there, when it's outdoors most of the day. You get pretty damaged pretty quick, so that's another recommendation.
This is also Christmas decorating season. There's, I think, 2 places in my neighborhood already have their lights up.
Did they take them down last year? That's a good
question. They may have just turned them on as far
as that's it.
Yeah. Are you getting into any instruction on that kind of safety as well?
I'm kind of starting to get into that. That's pushing that more for December, but
follow our December newsletter.
Yeah, exactly. And that'll be coming out soon.
Teaser.
But the big thing is for that though. The big thing I always say is make sure your the lights you put up on your house aren't frayed and broken or falling apart. And it's probably not a good idea to plug those in. And to always water your tree as well. If it gets too dry and you get even a little flame or spark next to it, forget it. You're going to be like your flu with the fireplace there.
And gravity is not your friend.
No, it's not. Sure is not. Sure is not.
I know you got a story on that one. Yeah, I had. Are there any tips for how to keep squirrels from eating your outdoor Christmas lights, the wiring? Is there anything that works?
I couldn't tell you on that, but I mean,
22 long rifle.
You had to sit there all day and watch them, though.
But I don't really know much about that, but I know for like some of those little squirrel feeders, they would jump on them and you could watch them go around and around and around.
Right.
I don't know if they have any of those for lights, but you never
So
know.
it was about, 3-4 years ago, we used to wire our deck. We have a pretty good sized deck in the back, and I would wire the whole deck, and it looked pretty cool. And then one year, did it for years. And then a couple of years ago, went out there like, I wonder, why is that whole string of lights burning out?
Like that plastic.
Why is that string of lights burning out? And it's because the squirrels were literally eating the wire
Yeah.
and killing all my lights.
They are pests, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope they'd figure it out when they get a little electric shock after eating into them a little bit.
It didn't seem to deter any of them.
It seemed to not, no, I guess.
Because they just munched away the entire month of December.
Must have not got many nuts to keep away for that day, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. There's a whole field of acorns behind the deck. There's a million acorns
Keep
back
holding
there.
enough of them, I guess. I don't know.
And I must have dumb squirrels or something.
Yeah, I think you do.
You got a choice between fresh acorns or wire. What's
The millennial squirrels are getting lazy.
Yeah. And the neighbor kids, beside me, they gathered like 500 acorns into a pile in my backyard, and they still ate the wires. What can I tell you?
I don't know to tell you on that
All
one.
right, so Gilstrap's suggestion of a 22 is the best way to go here right now.
Or BB gun. BB gun. will do
BB
it.
gun too?
Sounds like it.
I'm not going to come to work in December to sit there all day and look at squirrels.
Well, let's get back to the winter preparedness for storms and so
Yes,
forth,
sir.
and just being aware of the susceptibility that we have for winter storms, and being ahead of the game, having a kit, knowing what our dangers are, having a kit, and then testing to make sure that you have all that stuff. And what all should you have? And I'll ask Brandon the questions. What all should you have in your kit as far as a home type of kit that if you have to hunker down? You're talking a little bit about winter weather, and can we have clothing, extra pairs of socks, and things like that, not only in the house, of course, but also in alternative heat sources, but also if we're traveling, what all should we have in there? Should you have extra coats and things like that in your kit, in your supply kit in your vehicle, as well as you were talking about jumper cables and things like that? And
You're asking the question, but you're also answering the question. It's true.
well, I'm leading.
At the end, it's a yes
our
or no,
wonder-
Brandon.
our really wonder on.
Counselor, that's a leading question.
So,
Yes, Judge.
yeah, so for that, I mean, the biggest thing is getting water and food for several days, if not 2 weeks. 2 weeks is usually the recommended amount.
In your car?
No, for a go kit,
Oh,
for
okay.
something to bring with you. Yeah, in your car. I mean, you can put as much as you want in your car, but it's always usually 3 days to 2 weeks is about the range. And having extra clothes, like you said, blankets, powered hand crank for a weather radio is also a big thing. Powered or battery. Make sure you have extra batteries if you have a battery one. Flashlight, first aid kit are also some big things to have. There's all. And if there's, along with other things as well, like you said, the jumper cables and the sand, there's also a really good website that kind of really goes into it in very good detail. It's ready.gov, and on building a kit, they really go into all the details, and they give you a whole long list of them. Actually, to bring up a story of my own, when I was living in Long Island around the time Hurricane Sandy came through, right after Hurricane Sandy, there was the big winter storm, the nor'easter, that brought some snow and very cold temperatures, though. And my family personally was out for about 2 weeks or so, a little over 2 weeks with no power. And I will tell you, after about a week or so, week and a half, we said, you know what, this is crazy. It is like 30 degrees inside. We have no power, no heat. We had to leave and go up to my grandparents' house up in Pennsylvania, I think it was. So I wish I knew more about go kits when I was younger then, and I wish my family would have done that and also built an evacuation plan. But we still were able to get out of there, find some warm weather, or warmer houses, I should say. But this is why we always push building a go kit, because you never know when something like that could happen. And that was a very weird one because it had a big Superstorm Sandy, if you'd like to call it, then the nor'easter right after, which was an interesting situation, but it can happen.
About a minute and a half left. I know you wanted to, last time we ran out of time to plug the app, so make sure you hit the
Correct,
app.
yeah, and if the biggest thing we always recommend, especially for this, before, after, and during, we will keep everyone updated, and we will put on Facebook and X or Twitter, however you want to call it, and also on our Everbridge notification app. We will put information on there. To sign up for that, you just got to go to jeffersoncounty.org for the Everbridge app and go to the Everbridge tab and then just fill in the necessary information. That will be great because that will send out all the NWS or NOAA or anything like that warnings about winter weather advisories, warnings, watches, and it is just very important to have that tool. And it's just as simple as just filling your name, address, email, just some basic information. You'll be connected to that, and you'll get notifications on your phone, email, and you'll be up to date.
And you can pick which notifications you want to get.
Correct. Yep, and you can pick which ones you want. If you want, fog alerts or something like that, or if you want certain alerts or just winter, just severe thunderstorms, you can always choose which one you want.
I want one of those Steve Allen refrigerator freezer alerts. How many of you got hooked up to those generators in your house, man?
One for each.
One for each? How many
2
fridges do you
refrigerators,
need?
1 freezer, 1 for each.
Yeah, very nice. Hey, we're back with a final minute, and Everbridge is basically like the Alert Berkeley of Jefferson County, right?
Yes, correct.
Similar kind of
same
app.
thing. Yeah, same idea. You'll get the notification on your phone.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Back with the final minute after these. Thanks to our producer, the sports doctor, Colin McLaughlin. You can catch the Sports Mix later today between noon and 1 right here. On to our guests as well, Steve Allen and Brandon Wonder from Jefferson County Emergency Services. Well, emergency management, Steve, what's the right word there?
Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Office of Homeland Security, but that's all right. We don't have an office.
just wander around.
We just call it an office.
Nomadic.
Either way, thank you for
Nomadic
having us.
security.
Appreciate it. Mr. Gilstrap, I'll see you next week.
I'll be here.
Mr. Doyle, I will see you next week as well.
You will.
Thank you kindly. Dave Ramsey Show is next. This is Talk Radio, WNR Martinsburg,